business at hand. What am I talking about? I've committed to write a book, and it's going to essentially help the poor person become wealthier. And it may, in fact, help you to eventually become a millionaire because of what I'm going to do. But for today, I'm going to ask a commitment out of all my viewers who see this live on February the 18th, 2011, or rebroadcast, or on the internet at www.humanitymatters.org or at www.youtube.com. I want a commitment out of you. And I want you to commit to doing this every single day, or every single week, or if need be, every single month. You see, I'm coming up with plans on saving money, a certain amount. And you can either do it every day, every month, every week, or every month. And I'm going to put in calculations that will tell you at the end of the 365 days, the 1 year period, exactly what you will have. And to start off with, I decided, what if a person saved a penny a day for a year? If you're willing to do that, at the end of the year, you'll have an extra $3.65. Now, that may not be impressive, but that will be $3.65 that you do not have right now. Now, that's by saving 1 penny for every day of the year. Then I came up with another calculation. If you save 25 cents every single day of the year, you will have an extra $91.25. And of course, if you save just $1 a day, you will have at the end of the year $365. So it may not seem like a big deal, but I cannot reveal what will be in this book except to tell you that when I do write it, I won't be able to advertise it because this is public access, but I will find a way to let you know that it's there. I can tell you it's there. I just can't tell you where to get it. But I will guarantee you one thing. When you read this book, you will find there is much more in it that will be included than only a potential $365 a year. There's more to it. I am going to put on different calculations, but more importantly, if you will do this for yourself, even if it's only a penny a day, you will have learned some things by doing that, and it will give you more hope. Also, in this book, you will have certain things that I recommend you do not do with the money, and certain things that you do with the money. But I want you to understand that I want you to save this money, but I also want you to use this money for your future. And you might say, well, how can I use this money of $3.65 for my future? Well, there are ways, and they will be included in the book. But if you save $1 starting today, the 18th, next February the 18th, 2012, you will be able to have $365 in your pocket. Do not spend that money for any reason, and spend it either on you, family members, or children, but only in certain cases. This money is never to be used for emergencies. Now, before I go, I have to explain that because you're going to be wondering why. It's very simple, my friends. You are not going to get wealthier in your life if you allow the emergencies, financial emergencies, to take away from you what you have saved. And the whole mission of this book, the whole mission of what I revealed to you today, is to increase your wealth and increase your future. And let me make a special statement. By law, as I have said, you cannot have more than $2,000 if you're a disabled American. However, what I would say is if you are that disabled American, save the money anyway. And in the book, it will be explained as to why you should still save it. But ultimately, you want to use this money to essentially double, triple, and quadruple your money. And it may mean, not quite frankly, it may mean buying other books or going to college or going to a college course. But the bottom line here is this. There's going to be so much in this book. I'd say it will be at least 25 to maybe 500 pages, either 25 pages or 500 pages. And there are going to be many things in here because, quite frankly, my fellow Pittsburghers, my fellow Americans, our government of the United States and our government of the state or any state and our government of the county and our government of the city have either failed us since the dawn of this nation, or they have neglected us, or frankly, didn't even consider us at all. And we could get into that. There's a possibility, but we don't need to. What I'm saying is it's time to become self-reliant. Let us not only talk about problems, let us not talk about broken windows and how to fix them. Let us start preventing the window from being broken. So this is a brand new way of thinking. So from now on, start thinking that no matter how poor you are, you need not have a poverty-stricken mind. No matter how broke you are, you can afford to put a penny away a day. And yeah, it may only be $3 at the end of the year. But if you don't want it, I'm pretty sure somebody else would. So I'd love to tell you more about the plan and why this is such a groundbreaking idea. And I guarantee you one thing, throughout the next couple of months, I'll probably be adding even other ways to improve your life on a daily basis. One thing I will say is for those of you out there who are able to read and able to hear, I suggest you start reading a lot of books or getting a lot of audiobooks or even reading ebooks. And you can purchase ebooks online for an extremely low amount of money. Some ebooks can be as little as 99 cents. It's time for a change, my friends. It's time to not rely on the government because the government does not care. The only way we will ever make our government do what is right and what is in the Constitution is if you call that number, 1-202-225-3121. But frankly, our lives don't have the time to wait for them to do right. And I'm not condemning Congress or any local politician. I'm simply saying it's time we take a stand, not physically, but in our mind. And let's change the way we think. Let's not say, I never played a Powerball because I'll never win. If you put the dollar down to play the Powerball, believe that you will win. It does not matter if it's 80 million to 1. Believe yourself to be that one. Because if you don't believe it, you cannot achieve it. And there are some things that I want to say here that most likely I forgot, but I cannot go to the tape roll yet until I say something, two important things. First of all, the entire reason why we played that famous Civil War song and we sung it to the best of our ability, Battle Cry of Freedom, is because truly this show is about freedom. It's about freedom financially, freedom psychologically, freedom from financial catastrophe. And I wanted to also make a note to say, I was amazed and greatly joyed to see that the Egyptian people stood up and for the most part peacefully was able to get a dictator to leave. And in the Middle East right now, others are fighting for their freedom. My first thought was, why aren't we doing that in America? I'm not calling for a revolution, no. But I am calling for peaceful resistance to this evil and mean trend that's going on in our nation. You know, we have, as Lincoln said, government of, by, and for the people. But I don't know about you, but I don't feel represented. I don't feel represented, frankly, on any level of government. I feel that we are here to be the slaves of the local government, the state government, the federal government, to be the slaves of the credit card companies, to be the slaves of our employers. Well, you know what? A higher power doesn't want us to be slaves. Now, we can't become evil ourselves, because then we are just as guilty, my friends. So what we do is we legally and peacefully force the government to change, but we change ourselves first. And this penny a day can change your life. No, getting $4, $365 a year is not going to change your life, but it's what will be in this book, what you do with that money, that will change your life. So, my friends, it's time to tell the wonderful, hard-working, fantastic Yori that I'm ready for the tape roll. Thank you very much, Yori, and you're doing a fantastic job. The minorities. That is not true equality. That is not true freedom. And then we look at the Caucasian American or white American. Many of us are incredibly poor. I myself am an Italian American. I consider myself Italian, not Caucasian, but I am also poor. But many of us are poor, and most Americans are slaves. Yes, I said that dreaded slave word. Most of us are slaves. We're slaves to our job, if we're lucky to have them, or we're slaves to the banks, or we're slaves to the credit card companies. And we're not working for us and working for our future. We're not even saving for our future. We are just getting by if we're lucky. Well, that is not the America that I dream of. And I don't believe that would be the America that John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King dreamt of. So, I have a dream of bringing our nation to a level that which it has never seen, where it does not matter of your color, it does not matter of your race or gender. You will have the same opportunities, and you will have the same hope in your heart. Now, just as Martin Luther King's dream was partially realized, it took others to make that dream come true. In my dream, it will take you. And we can make this the greatest nation on earth for all time. Not just for now, but for the next 20 millennia. That's 20,000 years. How we do that? Yes, once again, you must make that dream come true. And yes, it will mean calling Congress. Right back to where I started from. 1-202-224-3121. 1-202-225-3121. You start by calling Congress. You start by writing to your senators and congressmen and women. You start by thinking differently, totally differently. You know, maybe your answer that you're looking for isn't writing to Congress. Maybe it's just writing to the local corporation. Maybe it's calling up the credit card companies and saying, you know, I can't afford this. What can you do for me? Whatever it is. But our dream can come true. You can get to where you want to be. I can get there. And we can make this a nation where no child will be without hope. No gang member will feel the need to become a gang member based on the fact that they can make easy money. And let us not have minimum wage in America. Let us make it living wage in America. Let us bring the CEOs and the corporations and the unions together in one room or a series of rooms and have them negotiate a way to make a living wage and also bring the factories back to America. And government will have to make incentives and maybe give GE or whatever money to open up new factories in America and insource. And then we will bring back our workforce. We will increase our workforce. We will start making wonderful products in America.